Say, man, hey, man. Boots went over there to train with Canelo Alvarez. I want to give y'all my honest opinion. I want to let y'all know exactly what I felt when the news first dropped last week. So, before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the thumbs down if you're a hater. Y'all know what it is, but I'm going to give y'all my honest opinion in exactly how I felt when I heard the news. Let's get into it. So, I don't know, a lot of people might not know, right? But we had been hearing rumors for quite some time that Boots might go over there and train with Canelo Alvarez. Now, to me, it was just a BS rumor because I never saw Boots going over there actually training with Canelo Alvarez for several different reasons. For one reason, I looked at it and I said, Boots ain't no damn training partner, right? Boots ain't no sparring partner to nobody, right? Boots is an elite top level fighter. He still have to show that in the ring against the best competition, but the eye test show you that Boots is elite, right? I would see Boots fighting Canelo, or at least trying to fight Canelo somewhere, down the line, right? A couple years from now, if Canelo's still in the game, right? So I ain't never looked at Boots as no sparring partner. So that was the main thing that came to me when I first started hearing the rumors, right? Never thought he would do it because of the sparring partner factor, right? Then I was like, man, this is a fight for the culture, right? It don't matter what nobody say when it come down to it, right? In that Las Vegas stadium, when they fight in a couple weeks, it's going to be the black fans against the Mexican fans, and that's just what it is overall. I'm not talking about each and every one individually, right? I'm talking about overall. So I that's another reason I didn't see him do it, right? But when that news came out and that picture surfaced that he was actually Canelo Alvarez's sparring partner, my first reaction is I just sat and I shook my head at that shit. Like, I'm just giving y'all my reaction, right? This ain't for the internet. This ain't because of what somebody else saying and all of that. I could care less, right? I can't be nobody but me. But my reaction is I just dropped my head and I shook my head and I was like, Boots, nah, this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. And I'm going to explain to y'all why I had that reaction, right? Now, the reason I had that reaction is because a lot of y'all might not know, right? I stay on the West, right? And I'm going to just keep it a buck. It's Mexicans against blacks when it comes to boxing. That's just what it is. Now, I don't believe that no race is better than the other race because God created us all, and He didn't create us saying that, okay, well, you're going to be better than this race and this race is going to be better than that race. But man tells you that. God don't tell you that. Man tells you that. But it's just what it is in the boxing world. We all see it. So if y'all try to act like y'all don't see it, you're lying to yourself, right? When you hear Mexican fighters talk about big fights like this, when you hear Mexican fans talk about big fights like this, they tell you straight up and down, oh, we going for Canelo because he's a Mexican. We got to go for the Mexican, right? Especially he's not a Mexican American. He's a Mexican straight from Mexico, right? And Terrence Crawford is a black man from the U.S. And I'm riding with Terrence Crawford because he's a black man from the U.S., right? If you go to that stadium in a couple weeks when that fight take place, 98% of the Mexican fans, they're going to be rooting for Canelo Alvarez. They're going to have their flags and all of that. So I feel that the black culture should stand behind Terrence Bud Crawford, right? And Boots going to spar with Canelo Alvarez, To me, it just ain't it. Now, I don't feel that Boots owed Terrence Bud Crawford nothing, right? Boots might feel like, man, F Bud Crawford, right? I wanted to fight him and he didn't want to fight me, and he might feel that way, right? He don't owe Bud Crawford nothing. They not friends, right? And none of that. So I do look at it like maybe Boots wasn't looking at it the way that I'm looking at it. Maybe Boots is just like, I could go over there, I could get some great experience sparring with one of the greatest fighters, right, in the sport. And I need that experience, right? And plus, right, I'm getting paid to get the experience. Maybe that's how he was looking at it. Or he could have just been looking at it like, you know what? I'm going to show Bud, hey, F him. But regardless of all of that, I look at it the way I do, because you're not going to see Virgil Ortiz go train with Bud Crawford and help him beat Canelo Alvarez, or, somebody that was in Canelo Alvarez's, anybody with, any Mexican with a big name in the sport, right, that carry that Mexican flag for Mexico, you're not about to see them go help out Terrence Bud Crawford. And a lot of y'all can't comprehend well. So let me repeat that again. Any big star, right, that's Mexican, not nobody that we don't know about. I'm saying any big name, because Jaron Boots Ennis is a big name. Any big name, right, that totes that Mexican flag, they're not gonna go over there and help Terrence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. They just not, because they look at it as a fight for their culture. And that's the problem with us, man. We don't have no culture no more. We don't stick together like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. A fight of this magnitude, we got to stick together, because I'm going to tell y'all one thing if y'all don't know. Let Canelo Alvarez lose in Las Vegas, right, come that Saturday night, and it's going to be 100 Mexicans, probably more. It's probably going to be 500 Mexicans to every black. And let them catch a black slipping if Canelo Alvarez lose that night. hey, let them catch your black ass slipping if Canelo Alvarez lose that night. They gonna find every reason to jump on you. And I know this for a fact. I've been to the fight with Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather. And every Mexican was walking around looking for somebody black to jump on, because there was 500 Mexicans to every one black. I was in, right? I got into it the night that Floyd Mayweather beat Oscar De La Hoya, because they was on 10. They was looking for that action, because they was mad because and Oscar De La Hoya ain't even a countryman, but it was built as Mexican versus black. And that's just how they see it. So if they gonna stick together like that, why can't we stick together like that? It's always a problem when we say, you know what, we going with the black man because he black. But it's never a problem when a Mexican say, you know what, we gonna ride with the Mexican because he Mexican. We riding with him. It ain't never a problem. But when we said, oh, you're race baiting and y'all racist, and then why can they say it and we can't say it? And then the blacks, they scared to stick together. They scared to say how they feel because they scared of the pushback. Well, I ain't one of them. I'ma just say what it is. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Canelo, salute to Mexican boxing fans, salute to the Mexican fighters. But I'm sticking with Terrence Bud Crawford because he black and I'ma support him. That's just what it is. That's how I felt about it. And I didn't like Boots doing that. But hey, Boots is his own man. I can't tell another man how to rock. If that's how he rock, that's how he rock. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't have done it, but hey, I'm not Boots. It is what it is. I'm not gonna bash him for doing it. I just don't agree with it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Drop a comment in the comment section, and y'all already know how I do. I'm gone.